Good morning, day 168, cooking down the freezer, refrigerator, and working pantry challenge. I forgot to hit the record button and my coffee already made itself. But that's alright, this works. We'll just add some cream and be on our way. So today's going to be a beautiful 89 degrees. That's what it's going to be, which is a little too hot for my liking, but that's all right. I'll take it. And I'm going to try and plant some more things in the garden. It's coming to a closure. I almost have everything planted for a while that I can cram in there, and I have a lot of things in there. They haven't all come up, and a couple things have been dug up by a little either squirrel or chipmunk. They seem to like to get in there and dig up the squash seeds and things like that. But I guess they have to eat too, so we'll just carry on. I have lots of seeds. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to stay home, I think. Tomorrow my grandson is going to go look at a car. Yay! Hopefully he finds something nice. Good grief, used cars have gotten so expensive. It's absolutely ridiculous. I was fortunate enough to buy my car before the whole doo-doo hit the fan. But boy, you have to pay enough for a used car now that you used to get a new car. I don't know. Hopefully this will come to an end eventually, but you never know. Anyway, moving on to a different subject. I don't need to go buy any groceries yet. I'm still planning on cooking with what I have in my freezer. I have some tomatoes. Today I want to try and make some tempeh bacon. I've made it before and it was good. I really enjoy that on not bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. And I have all the other ingredients. So I'm going to try and make some tempeh bacon. And have you guys ever had that? Well, I imagine those of you that eat meat, probably not. But what about the vegetarians out there? Have you ever made your own tempeh bacon? I also like tempeh tofu bacon is good too. I've made that many times. So anyway, other than that, I still have leftovers. I have the burgers from yesterday that I didn't eat, and I still have some fritters. So that sounds like a potential meal to me. All right, I'll be back in a little bit, and we'll see which leftovers I'm going to choose for breakfast. I'm finally going to try and use my Mr. Coffee iced coffee maker. So this comes in, it's very easy to take apart and put together. The top part has this permanent filter and this, very simple. It came with a scoop. So the instructions say to not plug it in until you have it ready to go, because sometimes apparently it turns on automatically. I don't know. So it comes with this cup, and it has a water fill line and it has an ice fill line. So I'm going to put the water in the base. That's what the instructions say. And this thing actually gets a little warm. You know, it doesn't stay cold, but it's not hot. So I'm going to put, I just have some cheap old Dollar Tree coffee. And this one happens to be French vanilla. I just saved this canister to put it in. So I'm going to, it does take quite a bit of coffee. I'm going to put in 1 scoop. That's what it says. 1 scoop equals 1 serving. So it doesn't matter if the coffee's cheap. I don't know if I'd do this with $8 coffee, but yeah, I guess it'd be alright. Alright, now it's got an ice fill line too, so I'm going to get some ice. Alright, let's see what's for brunch. Day 168. I'm hungry. So I have these 2 Impossible burgers from yesterday. I'm going to have one of those because it's already 1 o'clock. And I'm going to have some of this Walmart bread, because the only buns I have are hot dog buns. And I could cut up the burgers to fit on the hot dog buns, but I don't feel like doing that. And then I think I will have 1 fritter from yesterday, and I have 3 here. I think I might freeze the other 2. And then, let's see. Oh, I need some lettuce because I have tomatoes that I need to use up. And I have to wrap these up in the green bags anyway. So I'm going to have those. Oh, and I forgot, I still have these zucchini I have to do something with. I knew I had the carrots, but I forgot about the zucchini that I got for $1. All right, I will meet you at the stove. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with me today. I didn't hit record again, so what I was saying was I still have some of the sour, or the yogurt that I made into a savory, like sour cream kind of concoction. So I put that on my fritter along with some green onion. I have my Walmart bread with some garlic aioli. This stuff is really good. It's JL Kraft garlic aioli, and it's made with roasted garlic. This stuff is really tasty. So on here I have some sweet onion yet. I like sweet onion. They're my favorite. I also like red onions. The yellow onions are good too, but I like those more for cooking because they're kind of strong. I put a little salt and pepper on there, and I have some basil here that I grew. And I grew it in a yogurt cup, so I need to start using that. I planted more outside, so I'm just going to add a couple leaves of basil on there. And then I have this lovely leaf of romaine, nice and crunchy. So I'm going to add that for a little green. Oh, and here they are. They just love lettuce, which is good for them. You want some lettuce? Okay, there you go. All right, so there is my brunch. Day 168. Going to have that and my iced coffee, and I'll be back later. Okay, I'm at my kitchen table now, and I wanted to tell you how the iced coffee came out. I did record the video, but I don't know what I'm doing today. I keep hitting the record button and I end up not recording, and then it records random stuff I'm doing in the kitchen. So I have to pay a little more attention to whether it's recording or not, because this is the third time now today. So anyway, it's really good. It makes really good coffee. I'm enjoying this. And it makes a really big cup of it too. So if you didn't want to drink it all at once, you could stick it in the fridge. This is an insulated cup, and it comes with a recipe book too that has quite a few recipes in it, you know, using different syrups and creamers and things like that. So that comes right with it. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know the iced coffee was good. I just had breakfast. That was good. And now I'm stuffed. So I wanted to share a little bit with you. Let me know in the comments below if this happens to you. Yesterday I was talking about attention deficit. So today, this morning, I still haven't gotten outside, mind you. Well, I did. I watered outside, but that's as far as I got. I haven't done anything in the garden yet. So I went upstairs to get dressed, and then I thought, well, while I'm up here, I'm going to do my bedding. I'm going to wash that. Okay, well, then I looked up at my ceiling fan, and it was like, oh my gosh, that looks disgusting. So then I started cleaning the ceiling fan, because I figured once I pulled the blanket off there, if stuff fell on the sheets, that was fine. So then I ended up cleaning the ceiling fan, and I still hadn't taken the sheets off the bed. So then I ended up doing that, and then I finally got dressed. And then, what was the next thing? Let me think about this. So then I was, you know, pulling the sheets off the bed and doing all that, and I thought, boy, it's kind of hot up here. I'm going to go up in the attic and turn on the fan up there. I just have a fan up there just to pull up the hot air. So on the way up there, I noticed on the ladder there was a stink bug. So then of course I had to get rid of the stink bug before I could go up in the attic. So then I went and got rid of the stink bug. And then I remembered I wanted to measure, because my attic up there, it's not a finished attic. I just had wood planks put down there so that I could store things up there. But the part where I have to actually go into the attic doesn't have a real stable piece of wood. So then I remembered that I needed to get a stable piece of wood, and you know, my daughter is renovating this house, so I asked her, I had to send her a text to see if she had some wood a certain size. So then, of course, I had to go get my yardstick so that I could measure the wood that I needed. So anyway, I still hadn't turned the fan on. So I measured, and then I finally got up there and I turned the fan on. So then I remembered I was going to wash my sheets, so I took care of that. And what else happened? Then I decided, well, my sink needed to be cleaned after I cleaned the fan, so I cleaned the sink. So anyway, that's how my morning has gone. Very simple tasks for me turn into these productions of all these other things that I see that need to be done. But I did finally manage to get dressed and put the laundry in the washer and the dryer. But then my issue today is all the things I think I'm recording that I'm not recording. So I don't know. Maybe I'm in a brain fog. Maybe I just need more coffee. All right, well, I am going to go out and work in the garden now and plant a few flowers, and we'll see how that goes. Well, I finally got out into my garden, and now I'm just sitting here having the rest of my iced coffee. I did a lot of planting today. I planted almost all the flowers, and I watered. So I'm making progress, and I'm not too awfully sore, which I'm surprised about. But I planted some caladiums and mint and begonias and sun impatiens. So it's coming along, and I'm happy with the way it's looking. So I think I'm going to keep a list of things that I bought this year so that I can repeat it next year if I really like it. Just not having to reinvent the wheel. So, oh, it's such a beautiful day today. It's hot, but I had my little fan on and it was working great. Now that runs for about 4 or 5 hours. So, and then you have to recharge it, but you know, you can get a lot done in that time. So anyway, I'm not going to make much for dinner tonight because I'm not hungry. But I will have a little something. But my brunch was pretty substantial, so I might just have a snack for dinner. All right, well, I got to get in the shower just because. And I'll be back later with what I'm going to have for dinner. And I'll be back. One of the towers from Dollar Tree that I planted up. These are the sun patients, and then all these are little begonias. I didn't want to make it too tall because it would fall over in the wind. So hopefully that grows and the pots are big enough. I still have these few flowers to plant. And then I planted a few things up on the deck. The garden's starting to green up. Oh boy. Crunch. Wow. I don't know if you guys heard that, but somebody was squeaking their tires. But I still have to plant these up with beans. But yeah, it's coming along. It amazes me every day I come out here and things are so much bigger. Alright, and this is some of the things I planted up on the deck. It doesn't look like much yet because they're bulbs. So these are caladium bulbs, and this is mint. And this is mint, same thing over here. And I planted some more mint here. And these are my little mojito elephant ears. They don't look like much right now. But, so that, and then this is more mint. I'm trying to keep the mosquitoes away. And this one has a whole lot of little elephant ears, so that's the garden so far. And I know sometimes things don't look like you did much, but once they start growing, looks pretty good. And my lemon tree is still hanging in there. It's a Meyer lemon. It had these lemons on there when I bought it, but it's gotten new growth. So I just hope I can keep it alive during the winter. I have to do some research. Alright, so there is my little garden update. It's almost 8 o'clock in the evening, and I haven't had any dinner. So I guess I better have a little something. I'm not real hungry, but I am getting a little bit hungry. So I never did make the tempeh. I'll make that when I'm not so busy gardening. So I have this beans and rice and corn that I cooked up the other day. I'm going to have a little bit of that. And this is the yogurt that I made. I'll have that. I'd like to use that up. And I'm going to cut up some tomato. And maybe chop up the other half of this Impossible Burger. And back here, I have some tortillas. So I think I'm going to have something with a little bit of a Mexican flair. And a little bit of this Mexican cheese. All right. I think I might need some lettuce too. And maybe some ranch dressing. Yeah, that sounds like it would be good. A little bit of chopped up lettuce. And a little bit of this ranch dressing. There's not much left in there. Okay, I'm going to put together something. Not a whole lot, but something. Oh, I have this little bit of green onion left too. So let's clean out the refrigerator. All right, I will meet you at the stove. Okay, it's recording. I'm in my jammies. But it is 8 o'clock, so. All right, I'm going to heat this up, a little bit of the beans and rice, and a third of the Impossible Burger with cheese on it. And I'm just going to cut this into little pieces. My son-in-law stuck this on his smoker, so it's got a nice smoky flavor. And I think that'll go real well with the beans and rice. I made this the other day, a couple days ago, so I need to eat it up. And I'm thinking maybe tomorrow I might add some of that squash to it, but I'm not sure. All right, I'm going to heat this up. Okay, I heated up my concoction here. Not steaming hot because I want to put wrap it up and put it back in the microwave with the tortilla. So I'm just going to add some of this yogurt. And then I'm going to heat this up. I'm also going to add a little bit of the onion. I chopped up some onion from this afternoon, so I'm going to put a little bit of that on there. All right. Now this already has cheese in it, but I'm also going to put cheese on top of it when I'm done. So I'm not the world's best tortilla wrapper, or whatever you want to call this. Enchilada, I'm not sure. A Mexican roll, we'll call it that. All right, I'm just going to zap this for maybe another 30 seconds. All right, I heated this up and it's plenty warm now. So what I want to add to this is I'm going to add some tomatoes with some onions. And I'm going to put some lettuce on the top. rest of this lettuce I'm going to eat as a salad, along with the tomato. So that is a very quick and simple supper because I had everything made ahead of time because I cooked the beans. Alright, so now I'm going to probably finish up this ranch. There's only a little bit in there. Okay, there we go. And I have more in my stash. So there we have it, dinner. Dinner day 168. And I think that looks pretty refreshing. So I'm going to have this and hopefully, oh, I forgot the cheese. Because you can't have too much cheese, right? So we'll put a little cheese on here and a little cheese on here. And that's it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to enjoy my dinner, and that's all for today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.